Good morning from the sports desk. So the build-up to the SAFA Presidential Elections continues to heat up. Ria Ledwaba has been cleared to run for the top job together with Jordaan and Mohlabeng. Ledwaba says the 25th of this month is a bit too soon to hold the elections because, according to her, the process is not fair. She alleges constitutional irregularities in the build-up to the vote, and she joins us now live. Very good morning to you, Ria. Thank you for your time and for coming into studio. I know you were fighting a bit of traffic there. So clearly you are dissatisfied about a number of things. What exactly, Mayor, are you unhappy with? And do correct me if I didn't quite hit the nail on the head in my intro.
Oh, good morning. Indeed, I am very unhappy with the manner in which the statutes were amended. Firstly, we do have the article in the statutes that guide us how to amend the statutes, and they were not amended in terms of the statutes. Firstly, I hear a lot of people saying she was there in the Congress, but the first point is that the amendment of the Constitution must be approved by the NEC. So that amendment has not been approved by the NEC.
Yeah.
It went from a team that was going through the workshops, and it went straight to the Congress. And unfortunately, I'm not a member of the Congress. I'm an official. I cannot object in the Congress. I can only object in the NEC.
So now, what exactly would you like to see happening?
Well, I would want South Africans to have an indaba.
Yeah.
That amount has been paid. 2 million rand was paid by the Minister of Sports. And I think that in Indaba, it's very key that each and every member of football must be in that particular Indaba so that we can, there are a number of challenges. For example, if you look at the legends, they are excluded in the statutes. There is also a statute that says former NEC members cannot be nominated. It can't be a statute that leaves people that have been in football outside football.
So you want the Indaba to take place before the elections can take place?
That's what I'm saying.
If you say, for example, don't get this postponement, what is going to be your next move?
Well, we are preparing for the election. We are trying to reach out to the South African Football Association. Remember, I am a vice president of the organization. We are reaching out. We have tried to do through the procedures of the organization. Unfortunately, I'm denied by the other candidates for me to be heard inside the organization. That is why I did not have any option but to approach the court.
Have you asked the question why you are being denied?
Yes, the reason given is that they don't believe that the dispute that I'm raising, I should have raised it in the Congress. But they forget that this constitution that was amended in the Congress was never discussed in a proper NEC meeting. We are an organization that must be discussed in the NEC. From the NEC, then we take the recommendation to the Congress. But this time around, this statutes definitely was not done in terms of the statutes. Remember, there is nothing wrong in amending the statutes, but do we really have to amend our statutes every time we go to elections?
Right, so you had a press conference yesterday, man. You did speak about briefly about Jordaan and what comes across as a bit of a fractured relationship. What was his reaction when you told him that you are going to run against him?
Oh, he didn't give me an opportunity. Remember, when I was approached, the first person that I reached was him.
Yeah.
But he did not give me that. And then I did it in writing. I said, because you are not meeting with me, let me do it in writing. And I informed him that I have been approached. I wanted to reach out to you first before I go to reach out to the leaders of this country. And he did not. And after I made the decision, after consultation with the leaders of this country, I then went back to him. He did not give me that opportunity. I also did it in writing. I said, now that I've consulted, I am going to stand. But I have never had an opportunity one-on-one to speak to him.
Wow. Okay, so let's look ahead to the elections finally taking place. We don't know when that'll be. Could be on the 25th or a bit later on. Let's say, Ria Ledwaba, you become president of SAFA. What are the things that you want to change within the organization, and what will be your first assignment?
Well, my first assignment is to look at the grassroots.
Yeah,
we have a local football association that have no facilities, that have no funding. So, and we have stakeholders that I believe can bring the funding that we are looking about. I'm looking at the municipality right there where the local football association is. I know South Africans want to see Bafana winning. It's a priority too. We need to win. Today they are playing in Morocco. We wish them all the luck. We hope that we come back with a win. It's very important for South Africans. We are a winning country, and we want to bring back that winning excitement.
Absolutely.
For supporters, that they come to the stadium and feel it like we have seen it in Morocco.
Do you think that you are well supported during this campaign in terms of just the people who are rooting for you?
Yeah, definitely. We do have 52 regions. We have the associate members. We have the PSL that are voters. We are reaching out to them. Remember, we have just been unmuted a day before yesterday, so we have 14 days. Any person out there, any candidate out there, you have to do that in 14 days. How do you then reach 52 regions in 14 days? But we are going to try our best. We are going to reach out to the regional president. They also need help. The little that they're receiving cannot improve the standard of football. We are saying we do have partners that have shown interest. They're waiting for the results. They're looking up to take some product that we have in the association and assist. So we are there. We are going to fight. We are going to stand firm. We are not going to back off. We'll try internally. We'll try through the courts to make sure that there is no abuse of power in the organization and the statutes are adhered to.
So I've been told that I'm running out of time, but I definitely have to squeeze this question in. You mentioned that Bafana are in action against Morocco tonight in the AFCON qualifiers. What have you thought of Hugo Bross's tenure so far?
I'm sorry?
Coach Hugo Bross, what have you thought of his tenure as coach so far, Bafana? And what are you looking forward to in the match?
Well, the coach has to win. There is no choice. We need a win. I think South Africa is waiting for a win. Morocco is number 2 in Africa. We are number 12. But everything is possible if we are positive, if we are going to be supporting our boys. I'm hoping for a win. I've asked my pastor yesterday to pray for us so that we can be able to have a success in tonight. Let's watch 9 o'clock tonight. We'll be all glued to the screen to watch Bafana play.
Thank you so much for your time, Ria Ledwaba. We really do appreciate it. That was one of 3 SAFA presidential candidates, Ria Ledwaba, joining us ahead of the anticipated elections.